Hello home bakers and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make milk chocolate ganache. It's an easy, simple recipe to follow. If you're a cake making beginner or you just want to try something different, ganache is a very good type of frosting you should try. Hello and welcome to DrMummyCakes. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my chocolate ganache recipe. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how I make my milk chocolate ganache. I already have a tutorial where I made white chocolate ganache. I'll put the link up on the top of the screen and in the description box so you can have a look. Ganache is a great alternative to buttercream and it's very stable. So particularly if you live in a hot climate or if it's in the summer where you live, you should try ganache. Ganache will set solid and is very stable even in really hot temperature. And best of all, you only need 2 ingredients. Double cream and milk chocolate. I will be using the microwave to heat up my cream. Another alternative, you can heat up your cream on the stove if you like, but microwave is much quicker and simpler to use, so that's my preferred method. I prefer to use glass bowls when heating up my milk, and that's preferable to plastic bowls. One, because you have heat evenly spread when you use a glass or a metal bowl rather than plastic, and also if you want to use it on the hob or on the stove, then you certainly don't want to be using plastic. You want to use glass or a metal bowl. The ratio I use is 1 to 2.5. So I use 1 portion of cream to 2.5 portion of chocolate. So what I mean, this is the cream I'm using. So it's 300 mils. So for 300 mils of cream, I want to be using 2.5 as much milk chocolate for that recipe. So 300 mils equals to 700 grams of chocolate. So each of my chocolate is 150 grams. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for this recipe, I'm using 300 mils of double cream, 750 of chocolate, and depending on the ratio of cream that you want, how much quantity you want to make, you can adjust, but the ratio is 1 part cream, 2.5 chocolate. So you want to open up the chocolate into your heat-proof bowl and you want to make them into really small pieces. The smaller the pieces, the easier it is for your heated up cream to melt the chocolate. If you have large blocks of chocolate, it will take forever to melt. So you can either do it by hand and breaking it into little tiny cubes like this, but that can take a bit of time and I find that I still have big chunks. So what I tend to do is use a food processor. So I put it in my food processor and whiz it till it forms like chocolate crumbs, and that is much finer and it melts much quicker. Either method is fine, whichever works well for you. So you can see it's been whizzed in my food processor and you can see the chocolate is nice and crumbly. Next, I'm going to heat up the cream in the microwave. Now, it's important that your cream is heated up so that it's warm, but you don't want to overheat or scald your cream. So what I like to do is to heat the cream in bursts of 30 seconds until it's nice and warm and just about bubbling. Even here, I think I've overdone it slightly, but it's just about okay. But any longer than that, then that's too much. You want your cream to be hot without having too much bubbles. That's how to judge when it's hot enough. So now what you're going to do is pour the heated up cream into your chocolate, and the warmth and the heat in the cream will melt your chocolate. You want to be stirring the chocolate gently so that all the chocolate is nicely and evenly melted. This may take a little bit of time, and this is where the smaller your chocolate pieces, the quicker it is. but take your time, don't rush it. Like I always say, enjoy the whole process. So you can see that I'm mixing it nice, gentle swirling, not too vigorous, otherwise you'll disrupt the consistency. So you just want to be using like a spatula or a wooden spoon, not a whisk, but something that you can really mix it with. But you don't want to use a whisk because a whisk will incorporate too much air. And you want to do that until your ganache is nice and smooth, and until you don't have any big lumps of chocolate. If you still have lots of chocolate lumps, what you can do is put your ganache into the microwave and just microwave it for a few seconds just to warm things up and get things melted, but don't overdo it. And this is the consistency that you should get with your ganache. Look at that nice, beautiful milk chocolate ganache, all ready for you to use it in your decorating. Now you can't use the ganache while it's warm. You have to let it cool down. And what I like to do is to cover the ganache with cling film to avoid it from hardening and forming a film. So I put the cling film actually touching the ganache. So that way the ganache can warm up without forming a really hard top on it. And you can just leave it or at room temperature for about 30 minutes until it's warm, or you can put it in the fridge for about 10 minutes. Again, depending on the consistency that you're after, you might want to leave it a little bit longer or later. If, for example, you've left it for too long, you can put it in the microwave and just blitz it so that it warms things up. But here is my beautiful milk chocolate ganache ready to go. So try this at home, you'll love it, and it's a great alternative to buttercream.